In this video, we're going to learn how to solve these two very short but very challenging math problems. Solving the two problems are actually quite simple. What it involves is actually finding the difference between these two numbers, right? 17 and 25 for the first case, 14 and 8 for the second case, right? And then divide that number by 2. And then finally, for the first case, you add that number to 17. And for the second case, you minus that number from 14. Right? But the reason why the answers are the workings or the solution is not so obvious. Right? So in this video, we're going to learn in greater detail why the solution is as such. Let's take, for example, this case, simple case of two person. Let's call them A and B. Right, and A has say $10 more than B. Right, so if A were to give this entire $10 more to B, then it is quite simple. Right, so this entire thing will just shift here, and it will end up that A will now has $10 less than B. The problem we are trying to solve is a bit more complicated than that. Right? In our problem, A is going to give more than $10. Right? So let's say that this is $3. Right? So let's say now A is going to give 10 plus $3 to B. Let's see what happens. So this $10 will go below. Right? And before I shift the $3, let me draw this. Right, so now let's shift the $3. So what do we observe? This is $10, this is $3. Right, so even though A gives 10 plus $3 or $13 to B, he will end up being 3 plus 10 plus $3 less than B. Right, so you can see that this $3 is now being doubled here. So this is the same as 3 times 2 or $16. At another possibility, A still has 10 more than B, but now he's going to give less than 10. Okay, so let's say this is 3, so this is of course 10 minus 3 equal to 7. Right? So let's see what happens. So this part will go down to B. So let me erase this part. Right? And then let's draw this in. So how much will B has more than A now? It will be this part. Right? So what is that part? This is actually 7 or 10 minus 3. Right? And since you are only interested in this green part, we have to minus this additional 3 here. So this is actually 10 minus 2 times 3, or 10 minus 6 equal to 4. Summarize what we have learned. Right? If A has $10 more than B and he gives exactly $10, he will end up $10 less than B. That's the simplest case. In case number 2, he gives more than the $10. So let's say he gives 10 plus X. He will end up having 10 plus 2 times X less than B. Right? And then in the third case, he gives less than $10, 10 minus X. Then he will end up with 10 minus 2 times X less than B. So those are the 3 possible cases. We can solve our two problems quite easily. All right, in the first case, so we need to take 25 minus 17. That is 8. 8 divided by 2. That will give us 4. So the amount of money that Django actually gives is 17 plus 4, or $21. Right? So the problem at the bottom is the same. We're going to take 14 minus 8. Right? That will give us 6. Then 6 divided by 2, 3. right? So how much did Django give? It is 14 minus 3, or $11. So now that you have understood the whole thing, it's practice time. Right, go to the two links that are given below. Right, the first one will be this case where he gives more than the $16. Right, and then the second one is question 32A. He gives less than the $16 that he had over Lendo. Right, so guys, thank you for listening and have fun.